Hello, everybody. My name is Sarah Michael, and you are currently watching The Learning Curve, where we dare to try and we learn to grow, embracing the journey of life, being able to understand that each setback is a step forward to success. Boom, that's the intro. Okay, we're done being serious. Hi, everybody. I'm Sarah. If it fails, it fails. I've tried this about 800 times. This is just the glory to the learning curve is the fact that it keeps messing up, which makes it so much more funnier that it keeps failing. I can't get this recording right because I can't talk even though I love to talk. Yeah. Let's get started. Okay. So, the first thing I wanted to do, introducing the learning curve, is kind of understand what we're going to do here. We're basically just going to dive into people's stories, whether it's mine or a guest, and we're going to incorporate stories of failure, stories of successes, stories of life in general. And this is how we're going to do it. We're going to have 5 segments, the first one being the best advice I ever got. This is going to be a time for me or the guest to explain a great piece of advice that fosters into the title or the theme. I'll say the theme of the week. So they're going to give a piece of advice based off of the theme of the week, and it can be anything from years in advance to something that someone told you yesterday. Any piece of advice that's good, and just kind of mention who gave it to you so that you can give a shout out to someone that inspires you. And the next one I have is Fail Forward. And Fail Forward is a segment where we're going to talk about an experience that we've had where we totally flopped and failed and the valuable lesson that we learned from it. And the third one that we have is the Learning Roulette, which is where we will spin a wheel with random topics on it, and the guest is going to share something that they know about the topic or make up something completely ridiculous just to ramble. Just to get a little bit of a connection going between me, you, and the guest. And the next one is called Two Truths and a Try, which is just like Two Truths and a Lie. You're going to say 2 things that you've done before and 1 thing that you want to try but you haven't yet. And I'll have to guess which one is which. And that will be really fun. It's kind of like a little icebreaker, just a little get to know you game. And the next segment is a little bit more serious. It's called Tell Your Story, where the guest will tell their story. And this is going to be a time where they can spill their guts, giving the listeners a better understanding of who they are, why they're here, why they have a story, and what made them the person that they are today. The next one is the last one, actually, and it's called Give It a Go. This is a segment that separates this podcast from every other podcast that you watch, because this is where the guest, or I will just come up with one if there's no guest. We'll be adaptive depending on if there's a guest or not. I will be challenged to take on a task in any field, probably relevant to the theme, and try it. I have a week to do it, and I will post it on our Instagram called the Learning Curve HQ, Learning Curve headquarters, and I will be able to share that experience with you guys. And I highly recommend you guys doing the same thing. Let's do it together. Let's fail together. Let's learn together. Let's do this whole thing together. So that will be the segment called Give It a Go. And that's basically what the learning curve is going to be. Just some people talking about their failed life experiences and how they aren't a failure. The next thing I wanted to talk about today for our pilot episode is who am I? Why am I here? What makes me qualified? Spoiler alert, I'm not qualified, which is why I'm here. Because I want to step outside of my comfort zone and do something I've never done before. I have produced a podcast before. I still do. I am just not in front of the camera. So we are doing something new by being the one in front of the camera talking to you guys. The first thing I want you to know about me is that I'm a college student studying marketing and interactive digital studies. you may not know what interactive digital studies is, and that's okay. My bundle is data visualizations, and that is like Adobe Suites, InDesign, kind of brand logoing, animations, all of those things. But data visualization is a lot of production and communications combined. So there's music production, there's video production, there's computer input output, coding, things like that. Digital, very, very digital, which is relevant to today's day and age. The next thing I want you to know about me is that I'm so passionate about creativity and relationship building. I feel like everything I do in my life, work, school, for fun, anything, is centered around creativity and building relationships. I love fostering relationships, taking care of them, watering them, and I also love growing new relationships with people I've never met before. My mom always jokes that I can make a friend with anyone in the room, and whether that's a joke or 100% true, which probably is, I just love building relationships and meeting new people and hearing their stories, which is why we are creating the Learning Curve. The next thing is that coincidental, actually, it's not ironic at all, it's a coincidence, but I believe that everybody has a story worth sharing. And I wanted to have a place that was central to people in our community, or people not in our community, TBH, anybody, to be able to come here and share their story and share what they believe and just share in an environment that is welcoming, that is encouraging, that is completely raw. So that is what I wanted out of this channel. And lastly, I have so many hobbies. I love to sing, dance, work out, talk, thrift, non-toxic living, grow plants, play guitar, play piano, paint. My hair is a hobby on and of itself because I have so much of it. But I love doing things. I hate being bored. And that is why I think that this channel will be so fun, because I'm not just doing one thing. There's a ton of other different things that we can do, we can talk about. I can get out and try new things while also being able to have a place to come back to and share it. So that is a little bit about me. I am so glad that you guys joined us for this super quick episode, because I rambled, but not enough apparently. I honestly am just so excited to see where this channel goes. And if you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, suggestions, guests that would probably be good to be on the show, you can go to buzz.uni.edu/thelearningcurve and leave a comment on each post, as there will be a comment section for you. Or you can go to my Instagram, which is The Learning Curve HQ, and comment on there with question, comments, concerns, anything that you need. I would love to have some input on what your guys' thoughts are on this channel. And a quick disclaimer for the last part, this is for class. This is a class project. It's starting out there. It's a baby. We're baby. The Learning Curve is a baby, and we are just growing. This is a project for class, and I think it's going to be more than a project in the end, and I think it's going to be really exciting and really fun and something that I can take with me after college. So give grace, keep on keeping on, and I will see you guys next week for our episode, possibly with a guest. We will see. And thank you guys so much.